Russell succeeded brilliantly in his debut season with Mercedes under the updated design constraints for 2022. Despite the car's challenges, Mercedes had a terrible 2022 season by their exceptionally high standards, failing to challenge Red Bull and Max Verstappen for the World Championships of Drivers and Constructors. According to George Russell, Mercedes' new concept for the 2023 car design has given them a reason to be optimistic about competing again in the following season. Welcome back to F1 Unlimited. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Turn on the bell icon to receive notifications about upcoming videos. Let's start our video. Toto Wolff, the team principal for Mercedes, has disclosed that numerous obstacles have made it difficult for the team to plan the development for the 2023 Formula One season. The Silver Arrows appear to be largely ignorant of the changes for the upcoming season, and the overweight chassis issue is challenging to fix, given the financial limit. In an interview conducted before the 2022 F1 Dutch Grand Prix, Wolff asserted that their data has not yet proven to be helpful, adding that whatever we decide for the next year needs to be carefully evaluated, because clearly our data doesn't give us the result, and doesn't correlate with reality. We struggle to really control the vast fluctuations in performance that we experience. The 2022 Formula One season hasn't gone as smoothly as Mercedes had hoped. The W13 had significant aerodynamic problems which hurt the team and made them doubt their superiority. Despite being the most dominant squad in the sport for their previous 7 years, this season's rule modifications have weakened the performance. Lewis Hamilton required some time to adjust to the automobile, whereas George Russell did well. The cars have struggled to compete with Ferrari and Red Bull, who are presently leading the standings for the majority of the first half of the season. The team must undertake tests in the cars to make significant changes for the forthcoming season. But there isn't much room for new trials right now with the funding constraint. Furthermore, the team would not want to lose points by putting cars in danger throughout a Grand Prix weekend. The Austrian team principal stated that it was challenging for the team because certain car-related concepts could not be copied or changed for the following season. Wolff concludes that improving the car in a specific area might be challenging. The budget cap, initially intended to aid the smaller teams in competing with the bigger ones, and a significant factor, impeded Mercedes. Most front-row groups, particularly Red Bull, have criticized it throughout the season because they feel it prevents them from getting the best performance out of the vehicles. The overall weight of the cars is a rule that has caused significant problems for the teams this season. Since all automobiles must now weigh at least 800 kilograms, it is more challenging for them to travel farther, and the drivers to maneuver into tight curves. Due to budgetary restrictions, Mercedes can hardly afford to make a total overhaul to their chassis at this time. Wolff is adamant that the chassis is the primary cause of the car's poor pace, even though many people think the suspension is the problem. He believes that the team can surpass rivals and begin to rule if they can make the vehicles just a little bit lighter. Despite his team's difficulties, Russell has driven impressively to sit fourth in the World Championship. We have a philosophy that we're going to be trying to adopt in our development, and I'm very confident that it is the correct, but equally, it doesn't mean that we can necessarily achieve it, said Russell. Mercedes, the 8-time defending Constructors' champions, debuted a no-side pod design not seen on any other vehicles during preseason testing. In 2022, when cars were constructed under radical new design restrictions were displayed for the first time. He continued to express his confidence by saying, "We've worked very hard to understand it, and I don't want to reveal anything that would give our competitors an advantage heading into next year, so I won't go too into detail. However, every single car is unique in the end. I must admit that I have remarked a few times this year that I believed we understood our car and were headed to the right direction, but we have encountered a few problems that we weren't prepared for, which have caused us to stumble." Mercedes had made it clear that the late-season updates it is making are meant to help the direction of its car for 2023, which was expected to shift when problems with this year's design were discovered. After Red Bull won the Constructors' title on Sunday, Mercedes will benefit from more wind tunnel time for aerodynamic development in 2023. Mercedes would have 14% more wind tunnel time than Red Bull in the following year if it finished third in the standings, which Wolff thought may be a good step. The Constructors' Championship was our reward for being the top team of all of 2021, so he said it was a significant disadvantage from that point on. Therefore, compared to Red Bull's 18-month period prior and significantly less than Ferrari, we had 7% less wind tunnel time during the first half of 2022. The pendulum is now swinging in the opposite direction. If we place third, we'll have 14% more than Red Bull. So that's exactly what the rules were intended for over time, to allow us the chance to eke the advantage out, to claw it back, he added. That concludes today's video. Comment your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, subscribe and hit the bell icon. And thanks for watching F1 Unlimited, and we will see you next time.